shit. And Triple H showed up to Chicago tonight, man. He got into the kitchen. He fried some... Man, I tell you, man, he walked into the building tonight and said, what do you guys want to eat tonight? Treated that fucking Allstate Arena like a 5-star Michelin restaurant, man. Oh, my goodness. What didn't happen tonight? CM Punk shows up in Chicago. Paul Heyman is telling CM Punk, please save me, please take me away. He's confronted by the Bloodline. He's backed up by Cody Rhodes. CM Punk is then destroyed by Drew McIntyre and taken out of the building on a stretcher. And that was only within the first 45 minutes of the show. Money in the Bank, qualifier matches, surprise winners. And the biggest thing that happened tonight, Jacob Fatu has finally debuted with WWE. And let me tell you something, man. We don't need no video packages. We don't need to go Google it. I don't think you guys are ready for what's to come with the Samoan Werewolf. I'm going to the venue, man. The beer garden's open. We're gonna drink them cold in the beautiful summer night, and I'm gonna give you more than 502,000 reasons why this is the best fucking post show in the entire goddamn IWC, man. When I get there, I'm gonna raise him up, and I'm gonna ask on this Friday night, what the fuck are you guys drinking? By the way, those ratings are pathetic. They need help. Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking. For joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Friday Night SmackDown post show for June 21st, 2024. I am your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Friday evenings, wherever you may be. I love when people walk into the venue, man, and you guys are dropping big donations at the bar, man. I know you're thirsty. We got a $100 super chat from my guy, Adam Casper, with a $100 super chat. Happy Friday, JD and everybody. SmackDown was awesome tonight. JD, your Braves dominated the Yankees tonight. Yes, they did. Surprisingly, I was expecting a Yankee sweep this weekend, but in the Bronx, too bad. I haven't heard the Bronx that quiet since I moved away from that fucking shithole, man. Great. That only adds to how good this night was, man. Unbelievable. You guys are great. Adam, thank you so very much. And thank you guys for being here, man. We got a great crowd tonight. I'm pumped. I'm happy. I'm excited. We got 2,600 people in here, man. People are still walking on in. Jesse's checking IDs at the door like a fucking geek. Don't let any... Listen, bro. Don't let any unusual suspects into the venue, okay? We don't need any trouble, man. We don't need any of those fucking fightful geeks trying to come into the establishment. They're not allowed here, okay? They're not allowed here. We don't need none of that shit. We don't need none of that shit.
No,
come on, man!
No,
Jesus fucking... Bro, I gotta dump you. I gotta get rid of you, man. You're a complete fucking Nimrod.
I don't even know why I come here.
I don't know why you come here either, motherfucker. This fucking guy. Who's letting the rats in? Okay? I thought we called the exterminator, man. No mas. We'll put that to the side, man. We got a great SmackDown to talk about tonight. Let's get down to business. SmackDown. I don't think you guys are ready. I don't think you guys are ready for what's to come, man. Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu has debuted officially, finally, with World Wrestling Entertainment. And I'm telling you all this right now, man. Your new favorite Samoan has hit the scene. Absolutely. This guy is going to do things that you've never seen before from a man his size. He's going to bring the violence. He's going to bring the chaos. He's going to bring the bloodline to some interesting television in the weeks and months ahead. Finally. And he slimmed down. The last time we saw him at House of Glory, Jason, the Solid Monster, and I called Jacob Fatu during his World Heavyweight Championship run at House of Glory, and he looked phenomenal then, man. You compare him to what he looked like there to what he looked like tonight. The guy looks in tremendous shape, man. You can tell that he's absolutely ready for the prime time. He more than can back it up in the ring. We already knew that, but him being included here, man, is something that I've been very much looking forward to, and I can't wait to see what story they tell and how they progress this story with this Bloodline 2.0, building its faction and strengthening under the leadership of Solo Sikoa, which obviously has been a topic of discussion. We didn't know where he was going to fit in. We didn't know Jacob Fatu, being a heel or being a babyface. We didn't know where Triple H was going to slot him. We didn't know what position was best for him. The rumor early on, and this came directly from WrestleVotes, and they are as credible as anybody. I believe a lot of what they put out. They put out something months ago that WWE was this was before WrestleMania. WWE was very, very hesitant to bring Jacob Fatu to television under the new bloodline or aligned with the new bloodline because they felt that he was going to basically steal the thunder away from Solo Sikoa. And he was going to be the star of the group. He basically will be what Solo should be. And that's what their major concern was. Come to find out, tonight, they changed plans clearly, and they aligned Jacob Fatu with Solo Sikoa. The discussion coming into tonight was where he would fit best. If that was the rumor and we were going to go based off WrestleVotes' rumor, Jacob Fatu would have landed in the bloodline that would be led by Roman Reigns when he comes back, and he would be aligned as a babyface, because if the WrestleVotes rumor was the one that WWE was hanging on to and they were thinking about, and that was the major problem, that wouldn't be a problem with Jacob Fatu standing next to Roman Reigns. He's not going to outshine Roman Reigns. He would be in a position where Roman would make his star brighter working alongside Roman. There would be no instance where Jacob Fatu steals Roman Reigns' spotlight at all. Now, he's in the Bloodline 2.0 led by Solo, Tama Tonga, Tangaloa, and by all accounts, I mean, he's already stolen the thunder for the entire group. They've been on television together for about less than a month, and he's already outshined all of them completely together in his debut night. That's what I thought we were going to get. I thought we were going to get a babyface Jacob Fatu, but I'm glad that WWE stuck to their guns. Jacob Fatu has a criminal record, 18 years old. He was charged with armed robbery, and he had a record that was going to diminish his pro wrestling run. We didn't know how WWE was going to want to work around that. We didn't know if WWE was going to want to work around that. It's not an issue now. I mean, he's done his time. He's developed a reputation for himself as one of the fucking best that this industry has to offer. And any company would be foolish to not pick him up and utilize him on their television show. So I'm glad that's not an issue. There's no reason why anything at 18 years old for a 30-plus-year-old man should be holding him back on national television. He was 18 years old. We live, we learn, we move on, we grow, we mature. We're different people. So I'm glad that's not the case. But that was the rumor. WWE's never going to give him a chance. WWE is never going to put their money on Jacob Fatu. They would be foolish. They would be foolish to do so. Clearly, he's on television, and I'm glad that WWE did not listen to this bullshit, along with everybody else chirping around, oh, Jacob Fatu's not going to get to WWE. I'm glad. I'm glad none of that came to fruition. And what you guys are going to get, none of you are ready for. None of you are ready for. I'm already envisioning Roman versus Jacob Fatu. Roman Reigns in the ring with Jacob Fatu. Imagine what we're going to get there, man. Unbelievable. This entire SmackDown show from top to bottom was fucking fantastic. And I've been very critical. I've been very hard on SmackDown for a good while now, man. Coming out of WrestleMania, there isn't one single fucking thing on this show that I really could sit here and tell you week by week by week that I legitimately care about. And I know a lot of these companies, man, AEW, WWE, they're going through a major down period right now, more so over on the other side. A lot of that has to do with injuries. WWE was racking up the injury list as well, man. Their disabled list was deep, topped with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre being out, Roman Reigns being out, The Rock going away for a little bit until he decides to come back again, Rhea Ripley out, Becky Lynch no longer with the WWE officially, Asuka out. A lot of talents missing. And you can see that when those talents get back to television, WWE knows how to create captivating television. This was the best SmackDown all year, bar none, not even close. This was the best week of WWE television all year, and I'm even including the shows that they put on WrestleMania week, or in the build to WrestleMania. This was the best week of WWE television from top to bottom that we've seen all year. Monday Night Raw was the second best Raw of the entire year. The only show on Monday night that was better than it was the show where Cody was beat down by The Rock in the rain outside of his bus. Nothing's going to top that. That was just fucking unbelievable television. But Monday, what we got on Monday was the best Raw that we got all year. Outside that, this was the best SmackDown all year. You put them together, this is the best WWE week that we've had all year. And people are really still riding high on NXT as well with their TNA partnership. Joe Hendry on NXT. Joe Hendry, a TNA star, had the biggest, most viewed clip outside of everything that happened in WWE, barring any WrestleMania clips that we've seen. He's been the most watched and most viewed clip outside of WWE, or in WWE rather, outside of WrestleMania. So this week has been highly, highly successful for the entire company. Unbelievable show tonight. And we were in Chicago. Great crowd as always. We're going into New York next week. SmackDown's in Madison Square Garden. Like I said in the open, man, Triple H cooked a whole fucking Michelin star restaurant quality SmackDown tonight from top to bottom. Did the same thing on Monday Night Raw. And what we were given tonight, there is one huge clear indication that the build for Money in the Bank leading into SummerSlam, we're in for one hell of a fucking summer, man. We're in for a very, very special summer. And I can't wait to see how everything unfolds, especially with WWE getting some of their bigger names back. Plans in motion now. This is a great thing. I can't wait to see how everything comes together. CM Punk was on the show tonight. He opened the show in Chicago. No better way to open a Friday night in Chicago than with CM Punk. I'm going to say this right now, man. Everybody watch me. We got 3,300 people in here. Clip it. After the fucking ratings disaster that we got for AEW tonight, or today, 500 and what? What was it? 502, 512, 504, whatever the fucking case may be. 500,000 in the rating for AEW. And I say this in all sincerity. Their biggest mistake was not allowing CM Punk to do what he needed to do in that locker room. You see the difference that this man makes no matter where he steps foot. Their biggest mistake, and the thing that they will never come back from, is losing CM Punk, siding with the elite over CM Punk. That's a no-no. This man walks into a fucking building and the importance of the show skyrockets every single time he's on TV. And right now we're in the midst of a feud that is the best story on WWE television from top to bottom. This is rivaling his MJF feud in AEW, which is near and dear in my heart. Best feud in AEW history was MJF and CM Punk. They haven't come close to anything but that. CM Punk was on the show tonight. Drew McIntyre was there. Karma is a bitch. He was looking for CM Punk. He quit on Monday night. And I told you guys on Monday, there makes no sense whatsoever if he doesn't show up on Friday in Chicago, quitting the company to show up on Friday night, a brand that he's not a part of, to beat down CM Punk for what he did to him in Glasgow, Scotland. That's exactly what we got tonight. It's exactly what we got. Loved it. Camera shots were great. The visuals were great. Punk stretched out was great. Punk bleeding was great. Great shit. Absolutely amazing feud so far, and they haven't even stepped foot in the fucking ring yet. Love it. Money in the Bank qualifiers. We got Randy Orton getting pinned by Carmelo Hayes. Chelsea Green screws over Bianca Belair. We got a great SmackDown from top to bottom tonight. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing how everything kind of comes together, man, going into Money in the Bank. We are looking at a very special Money in the Bank pay-per-view coming up. And I can't wait to dive into this SmackDown. We got another super chat from my guy, Adam Casper, man. Oh, my goodness. Adam Casper with a $100 bomb again. The fans in Chicago were awesome tonight. Chelsea Green got an awesome pop after her win. I was reading earlier that Indianapolis is supposed to get a Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam in the next few years. Yes. That is in the things to talk about, Adam. I think I'll be uploading an extra tomorrow because I think I'm going to personally go lay by the pool tomorrow And I want to get you guys some of the news that's kind of filtered in over the last 48 hours or so in a video tomorrow. We will talk about that. But yes, the Royal Rumble is rumored to be taking place on February 1st this year. So that is going to be very interesting, to say the least. And I'll give you a reason why that's happening, because it's the NFL playoffs. I think the week before that, we get the last bit of NFL playoffs. Then we usually get a off week, and then the following week is the Super Bowl. WWE does not want to have the Royal Rumble on NFL playoff weekend with a Saturday and Sunday. They don't want that. They want to be free and clear on their own. And they're not going to do Royal Rumble on Super Bowl Sunday or Super Bowl weekend. So the reason why is because of the NFL. But yes, there is a major negotiation in play for Indianapolis, and we will go over that story as well this weekend. But I want to thank you guys very much for joining me here on OTS, man. Friday Night SmackDown. We are looking at 3,400 live tonight. Thank you guys very much, man. Let me quickly get through this, and we'll get into the show. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. I've started uploading a little bit more on TikTok. I want to get back into the swing of things of getting some short-form content on TikTok. You guys have killed it the last couple of uploads over there, man. Nearing 50,000 views between two videos that I've uploaded in the last 72 hours or so. Thank you very much for all that. But wherever you are on social media, you will find me. I am more active on Twitter than anything else. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. We just hit 160,000 subscribers. We are well on our way to 161. Super chats are open. Get them on and we'll hang out at the end of the show with our cold beverages. As always, thumbs up. Would love if you hit it. 1,000 likes is the minimum. Let's hit the goal tonight, right here on Friday night. And tonight's show sponsored by Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. It's code JD at checkout. All you got to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. Let's get into this SmackDown, man. I'm excited to talk about this. We start the show off with none other than CM Punk. He starts the show off in Chicago. No better way to do tonight than to start off with CM Punk. He makes his entrance. He was shaking hands. He was hugging fans in the front row and during his entrance. Wade Barrett. First of all, before I get to Wade Barrett, I want to say WWE did also a very logical thing as well with Nick Aldis before tonight's show. They had Nick Aldis go on social media 2 hours before SmackDown and say that extra security has been hired after the dealings of the Wyatt family, or the Wyatt Six, on Monday night, and that he is looking out and taking extra precaution about what happened on Monday. We did not get any sign of the Wyatt family tonight, or the Wyatt Six tonight. We didn't see any spooky shit happening. We didn't get any blackouts. We didn't get any violence. So I like the fact that they made mention that whatever you saw on Monday is not going to happen tonight. But Nick Aldis had a whole bunch of other shit happen that wasn't the Wyatt Six. All that extra security could not stop Jacob Fatu from causing carnage around ringside. Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett was very animated when CM Punk screwed Drew McIntyre out of the World Heavyweight Championship at Clash of the Castle. He went on a rant saying that CM Punk needed to be fired and that WWE management should fire CM Punk and all this other nonsense. Barrett said he might have said some things in the heat of the moment at the end of Clash of the Castle, and he crossed a line that he shouldn't have crossed as an analyst. He says he's calmed down since and been reprimanded. I am a pro, and we move on. Graves then said, with one swing of his boot, he dashed the dreams of an entire nation and dashed the dreams of a certain Scottish warrior. Tonight, CM Punk is home. That's what Corey Graves did and said to introduce us to CM Punk. Now, we all thought that CM Punk was going to show up tonight and basically give us an update on his clearance to get back in the ring and wrestle for WWE. We did not get any clearance from CM Punk. He did not give us a date. He did not give us a time frame. He didn't even address his injury. So we don't know when he's coming back. But the fact that he's been on television and the fact that he's now integrated once again in storylines, you can sniff that CM Punk getting back in a ring for WWE is very, very close. And he will be at SummerSlam. There is nobody here that should be believing Punk is not ready. Punk will be at SummerSlam, and CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre will be one of the main events for SummerSlam in Cleveland. Mark my words. That will be going on, and it's going to be fantastic. Punk sat in the middle of the ring. Typical CM Punk. Huge CM Punk chants. He stood, and he asked the crowd if it feels great to be alive in Chicago on a Friday night. He said, talking in front of your hometown crowd is pressure. He said, promising to do your best and walk away as champion in front of your people is pressure. He then asked the fans to raise their hand or scream if they were there on July 17th, 2011. He promised himself and the fans he was going to walk out of his hometown as WWE champion. That's pressure. One of the best moments in WWE history. The summer of Punk, taking the title away from John Cena, kissing him goodbye, kissing the title goodbye as he left WWE without being a contracted worker. Love it. He said he was told he'd get jumped in Scotland if he interfered in the world title match. They'd have his head on a stake, he said. He says he hates to kick a man when he's down, but it's a little bit of revenge because for months, Drew McIntyre kicked him when he was down. He says he wasn't just kicking him, he was also kicking Chicago. He said he reacted the Chicago way. He said he set out to kill a career. He said he vowed to make his life a living hell and he would bury his career 6 feet under. I just didn't think it would be this easy, he said. He said Drew McIntyre quit on Monday night as a result. He said Drew prayed for bad things to happen to him. He said he made bad things happen to Drew. All of a sudden, Paul Heyman interrupted. Crowd started to break out into a loud ECW chant. Chicago always loves a little Paul Heyman. He says he just got there because he was running a little bit late. It's hot as balls outside. And yes, it was. Right now, it's still 80 degrees in New York City. So Punk sat next to his children when he was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame WrestleMania weekend, despite being the wise man for the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. He said Punk is his best friend. He said he meant it then and he means it now. As Heyman entered the ring, fans then started to chant, "We want Roman, we want Roman." Punk said the only person in the world who can hijack my promo and get them to chant Roman Reigns is Paul Heyman. I forgive you. Come into the ring, Paul Heyman. So he invited him into the ring. Then he asked if he was okay because you look a little disheveled. You look a little messed up. He says he doesn't look too good. Heyman hugged CM Punk. Heyman then started to get a little teary-eyed. He stepped back and said, I needed that hug. Heyman also said he heard on sports radio on his way to the arena tonight that Chicago is CM Punk's town. And that really pissed off Solo Sikoa. Heyman said now that Solo is, and he said this in a way where he didn't want to really say it. He said, Solo now is the head of the table. He didn't really want to say it. He kind of forced himself to say head of the table. Solo wants every town to be his town. He told Punk that any day he's going to get cleared, and anyone who steps in the ring with him will learn they are inside the ring with the best in the world. He then told CM Punk, if he doesn't leave, they will come out here for him. He says there is extra security, but that's for the Wyatts. He says it goes against his instincts, but he told him to get the hell out of here right now. Punk dropped his head. He didn't really want to be listening to what Paul Heyman was telling him right now. Punk asked if he's serious in wanting him to leave because Solo and the Tongans are going to try and jump him in Chicago. Is that why you want me to leave? Then the fans started to chant, fuck you, Solo, which on my end, I was surprised by. We didn't get this blacked out. We didn't get this bleeped out on Fox here in New York City. I was surprised. That's what I'd like to see. Maybe somebody at Fox was just as annoyed as us when something, even the minor slip up, is fucking bleeped out or blacked out. They started chanting, fuck you, Solo, and no blanking out, no bleeping it out. Love it. We should get more fuck you chants on national television, man. It's 2014. Fucking pussies. Solo's music hit. He walked out with the Tongans. Solo told CM Punk, who got booed heavily, he has two options. He says he needs to pay his respects to him and the Bloodline, or they're about to make sure his ass never gets cleared to wrestle ever again. He asked Punk, what is he going to do about it? We got more CM Punk chants. Punk then asked Heyman, what was that favor you wanted of me if I do you this favor? And Paul Heyman says, take me with you. So Heyman is not really hiding his displeasure with this new Bloodline. Heyman is making it very obvious that he does not want to be here. Tonight was the most obvious of them all. Literally in front of Punk and in front of the Bloodline, take me with you out of Chicago. Pleading to Punk. Punk looked at Solo and said, I acknowledge, with one finger in the air. He was about to acknowledge the new head of the table. I acknowledge the fact that I don't see the Bloodline standing in front of me. I see a bunch of fake-ass Usos and a phony cosplay tribal chief, he tells Solo Sikoa. The Bloodline stood on the apron and then entered the ring. All of a sudden, we got a 3-on-1 handicap here. Cody Rhodes slides into the ring to back up CM Punk and hands Punk a baseball bat. They're both standing there with baseball bats, ready to fight the Bloodline. They clearly retreated. Cody told Solo he's already beaten one head of the table, and he challenged him tonight to settle things in the main event, 1-on-1. And Solo obviously nodded yes. This was a tremendous open to Friday Night SmackDown. I said on Twitter, SmackDown has been lacking in the excitement department. They haven't given you anything on Friday night in several weeks to really sink your teeth into. And tonight, a random CM Punk appearance on a show that's not his because it's in Chicago. WWE used CM Punk to the fullest tonight. Absolutely incredible open to Friday Night SmackDown. This is how story is told. I love when WWE intertwines and weaves stories from one aspect to the next. CM Punk is out there to address what happened on Monday with Drew McIntyre quitting. CM Punk is out there to address his in-ring status and give us a clearer update on when he will be back. Instead, we got Paul Heyman out there, who obviously, him and Punk have history. And that's going to come into picture somewhere down the line when Punk and Roman eventually get in the ring. And that's going to be tremendous when that happens. But they use Paul Heyman out there, knowing his history with CM Punk, to tie him into the overall vibe that the Bloodline is setting on Friday night. It's their show, no matter who is on the show. Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes. And we all know the history between Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. They're out there surrounding Punk. In comes Cody. Cody's got a problem with the Bloodline. Cody's got a problem with Solo. They're tying that story into this open, which was all about CM Punk. CM Punk is on Friday Night SmackDown in Chicago, and Drew McIntyre's looming outside the venue looking for karma. 20 minutes of intertwining, weaving story, and story. This was the best open to Friday Night SmackDown in months. And it was as effective as anything that WWE has done in months. That's what I call good television. A well thought out, great promo that set up not only Punk and McIntyre, but it set up potentially somewhere down the line, Punk again crossing Roman Reigns, Cody aligning with Punk, who you know they will eventually meet at some point, Cody and the Bloodline, and Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. Because he talked about pressure. He talked about a lot of the things that he's gone through, which leads to big pressure. This was a tremendous piece of business. Loved every minute of it. And the take me with you. Can't forget that. Paul Heyman makes it blatantly obvious that he does not want anything to do with these barbarians, these criminals, these thugs that he mentioned several weeks ago. That Solo was hiring criminals for the Bloodline. He wants nothing to do with this. Absolutely great segment. Loved it. Moving on. Bianca Belair. She was warming up backstage. Jade Cargill walks in. And she said that she needs to go talk to Nick Aldis about their rematch for the women's tag team titles. Belair said, listen, I hear you, but I have to take care of business tonight, qualify for Money in the Bank, and then we can worry about getting our belts back. Jade said she loves it and said Belair doesn't need to wish her luck. Cody Rhodes was backstage. He was walking with a baseball bat, rather, when Randy Orton and Kevin Owens approached him. Orton said, with everything going on, are you sure you want to face Solo one-on-one without any help? We're right here. Cody told Orton, I have to do this. Trust me. Orton walked away. He fist bumped Cody Rhodes. Owens told Cody, listen, I get what you want to do, but just keep in mind, the Bloodline always have a plan. Cody says he is sure, but he's got a plan too. And he wished Owens luck on his Money in the Bank qualifier. Boy, oh boy, was Kevin Owens right on the money. Man, oh man, did they have a plan. A big plan. Jacob Fatu type of plan. Bianca Belair versus Michin versus Chelsea Green. This was a Money in the Bank qualifier. Everybody looked at this and said, well, Michin's not advancing. Chelsea Green ain't advancing. Bianca Belair is absolutely going to qualify for the Money in the Bank. What if I told you that Bianca Belair did not qualify for Money in the Bank? She did not qualify. I think they got bigger plans in mind for Bianca Belair going into SummerSlam. Chelsea Green, she advances and qualifies for the Women's Money in the Bank. Not a bad match and a very surprising outcome because I did not see this one coming. Michin and Belair teamed up on Chelsea to start the match. Green rolled out of the ring. Michin and Belair went one-on-one. Green gets in the ring, started going at it with Bianca, and again, she was quickly taken out of the match. We go to commercial break after Chelsea Green landed a suicide dive and acted surprised. Go to commercial break with Chelsea standing tall. We come back from commercial break. Chelsea Green was on the receiving end of a back suplex from the top rope from both Bianca and Mia Yim. Bianca Belair and Mia Yim got to their feet. They started going at it, exchanged strikes until Belair caught Michin and lifted her up. Michin countered with a sunset flip, and then she nailed her finish on Bianca, defeat. So Bianca's on the outside. Chelsea rolled up Michin for a 2 count from behind. Chelsea then slapped Michin, and Michin then headbutted Chelsea Green. Mia Yim then hits a Styles Clash on Chelsea, which might have won the match. We don't know. It is AJ's finish. Belair broke up the pin off of the Styles Clash. Belair then hits a release German on Michin, and then she lifts Michin up for a KOD. She hits the KOD. Chelsea's on the outside. Chelsea gets in the ring, throws Bianca out of the ring after she nailed the KOD on Michin and stole the match. 1, 2, 3, and Chelsea Green, off of a Bianca Belair KOD, steals the victory and advances to Money in the Bank. The Chicago crowd went nuts for Chelsea Green winning and advancing to the Money in the Bank ladder match. It's great. Chicago loves a good underdog. Chicago also likes what they like. They're not going to bullshit you. Chicago is a great gauge for WWE management about who they should be pushing next, honestly. And that's exactly what happened. Chelsea Green won. Now, I will say this. I'm not a big fan of Chelsea Green. I was before all of this nonsense, this character that she's working. Some people find it to be entertaining. Some people find it to be funny. I don't, and I don't. I think it's lame. I much rather see Chelsea wrestle, because she's very good at that when she's allowed to wrestle. She gets in there, she flails about. She gets in there, and she's not really taking anything serious. She gets in there, and she acts surprised when she hits a move. This woman knows how to wrestle. There's got to be an even line between comedy and serious. Right now, it's way too serious. We said this about New Day, and we said this about Toni Storm over in AEW. Very early in this run with Timeless, Toni Storm. A lot of it didn't really translate to the in-ring. It's great in a promo. It's great in a vignette. That's the Toni I want to see on screen when she's building a promo and a face-to-face with someone. But when she gets into the ring, she started to take some of that and have it bleed into what she did in the ring. A lot of theatrics, a lot of comedy. No. Toni Storm's a great fucking pro wrestler. So is Chelsea Green. You could save that stuff for a vignette or a promo or face-to-face. But when she gets in the ring, she should really be wrestling because she knows how to do that very well. So hopefully WWE can find a nice medium for Chelsea Green if she is going to break away from Piper Niven and be the next breakout star for WWE in 2024. WWE could really make Chelsea Green into a star if they wanted to. And in the women's division, they certainly need to do that. A lot of the same names floating around. And in the absence of Becky and the absence of Asuka and with Rhea Ripley out, and WWE not really focusing the title on Jade, and Charlotte is out, and Bianca, WWE has a prime opportunity to start creating new stars. Are they going to? They need to. That's what this Money in the Bank ladder match should be about. Who is the next? Who's the next Charlotte? Who's the next Bianca? Who's the next Jade? Not really there yet. Who's the next Becky? Who's the next Rhea? That's what needs to be done. I have no problem with Chelsea Green being one of 6 women in the Money in the Bank ladder match. I think that's great. It's a right spot for her. Plus, isn't she Canadian? Triple H going right back to what he did in Scotland. Piper Niven made the show. She didn't really have a major priority on television. She got her hometown match. Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, they got a title win in Scotland. Drew McIntyre. WWE is now doing the same thing for Chelsea Green. She's going on into her hometown, and she's in the Money in the Bank ladder match. She's going to get a huge reaction there. Good on him. Good on him. Bianca Belair. What are we doing with Bianca? I don't know where this is going, but being that and I will wait and reserve judgment on this because I do think that we will be getting last chance qualifiers. I do think that all of these losers will have at least one more opportunity to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. It's been done years prior. I think they will continue to do that. They may not. I have no idea. But it looks like WWE may be building. And Solomon Monster and I talked about this on Tuesday Night Titans. This was last week when we did our Clash of the Castle predictions. They may be building Jade and Bianca for SummerSlam, which I don't think is a bad move. I would much rather see it take place at SummerSlam than have it take place at WrestleMania. That match, to me, it doesn't really scream WrestleMania. It may scream WrestleMania to the googly-eyed fucking journalist in the community who doesn't know his head from his asshole. That's not a WrestleMania match. Jade can barely fucking wrestle. And you're not going to put Bianca in the ring to lead an entire match with somebody that's greener than my neighbor's front lawn. SummerSlam, we can get away with it because there will be other things on the show that will take precedent over that. It's not really the biggest match that you guys think it is. I think they got bigger things in mind for Bianca Belair. And hopefully this tag team with Jade Cargill is going goodbye. It didn't do anything for the division. It didn't do anything for Jade. It didn't do anything for Bianca. Hopefully it goes away. Bianca needs to be, and I've said this for months, a heel. I'd love to see Bianca turn into a heel. But I do think if we get this match, it looks like Jade may go heel. We'll see. But Bianca has that type of attitude that it's me. I'm important. I got to do what I need to do. We'll worry about you later. We'll see what happens. Moving on. Bayley. She was backstage, standing and watching this Money in the Bank qualifier. Chelsea Green won. Blair Davenport walks into frame. And she says that she's looking forward to winning her qualifying match, winning Miss Money in the Bank, and then cashing in on Bayley after she wins the Money in the Bank contract. She's got to get through Naomi first. Naomi and Blair Davenport will be in the same Women's Money in the Bank qualifier. WWE wants to start creating new stars, and that's Blair Davenport's first match. She should be winning that match. We'll see. I don't know who else is going to be in that match. It might be Tiffany. I'm not really sure. I got to see what the graphic said. I don't know. I think there'll be 2 Women's Money in the Bank qualifiers next week. But Blair Davenport, this will be her first match on Friday night. We'll see what happens. Solo. They cut to Solo in the back. He's standing over Paul Heyman, who's sitting on the couch in the Bloodline locker room. He asked Paul Heyman, who was nervous, if he wanted to leave. He said before he left, he wanted him to deliver a message to the Tongans not to let Kevin Owens and Randy Orton make it to Money in the Bank. He then told Heyman that you need to do that. You need to get back here because we need to have a talk later. Heyman said, "Thank you, sir," and went to go do exactly what Solo asked of him. Oh, it's Tiffany, Jade, and Candice. Okay, so Tiffany's going to advance there for sure. Tiffany's got to advance there. Jade is not going to Money in the Bank. Or maybe they do advance Jade, and maybe they start building Bianca to kind of grow jealous of Bianca, of Jade. I don't know. Bianca growing jealous of Jade. Could be a possible story, but I'm going Tiffany to advance and maybe win the whole fucking thing, honestly. I think Tiffany Stratton's going to be Miss Money in the Bank. Kayla Braxton. This is where things got crazy. This is where business picked up. Kayla Braxton said he must be having a tough time focusing on Austin Theory. He was interviewing Grayson Waller. He must be having a tough time focusing on what he's got to do later because Theory was at home recovering. All of a sudden, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa walk up to him. Gargano said, Waller only cares about himself. That's the story that they're building there. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa are trying to prove to everybody that Grayson Waller is using Austin Theory and that he does not really care about his tag team partner. Meanwhile, Johnny Gargano has a long history with Austin Theory. They were in The Way together. So all of a sudden, they start arguing. This is in front of the garage door backstage at the Allstate Arena. All of a sudden, the garage door starts slamming. Somebody's knocking on the garage door, slamming against the garage door. We didn't know who it was. Maybe somebody needed to be let in. We don't know. We don't know. And the great thing about it is we don't know what the fuck happened back there. We don't know what happened behind the garage door. So the garage door slowly opens because they feel, whoever's there, the security guards, let this guy in. He's knocking on the fucking door. Let me in. So the garage door slowly opens, and there stands Drew McIntyre in black jeans and a black tank top. And on the ground is CM Punk bleeding. A bloodied CM Punk. So use your imagination. Was Drew McIntyre knocking to get into the Allstate Arena, or was he banging CM Punk's head against the fucking garage door, which is the reason why he's laying on the ground bloodied? This was a great shot. This was a psychopath on the loose type of shot, man. This was a guy guilty of committing murder, and he just stood there in this stoic fucking cold stance, and he's just standing there admiring the work that he did. Why was Punk on the outside of the venue? Where was he going? Maybe he was on the phone with his wife drinking a fucking Starbucks. I don't know. But this was a great fucking shot. Great fucking shot. So he lifts up CM Punk's limp body, motionless. He puts Punk on his shoulders, and he walks him through the entire backstage area. You see talent sitting backstage, conversing with each other. He's walking by everybody. Not a single person tried to stop Drew McIntyre. They just let him do what he needed to do. He walked by everybody. He walked by Ashante Adonis. He walked by fucking Cedric Alexander. He walked by Candice and Indy backstage. Nobody said a fucking word to this guy. He's got Punk on his shoulders. He carries him through the backstage area. He walks him into Gorilla, where Bruce and Triple H are sitting. Michael Hayes, Jason Jordan, Nick Aldis. They're all sitting around. And then he drops CM Punk on the stage. He walks through Gorilla, walks through the curtain, and he drops CM Punk right on the stage to boos raining down upon him in Chicago. CM Punk lifeless, bleeding. Drew McIntyre gets on one knee, and he does the motion where Punk kind of rubs the ground and taps his watch before he says clobbering time. He was motioning to the ground, like touching the ground that CM Punk lays on. He then reached back and took a bracelet that CM Punk had on. We don't know the significance of the bracelet. I don't know what bracelet he took, but he took whatever was on CM Punk's wrist. He looked at it, and he put it into his pocket. All of a sudden, Nick Aldis and the rest of management, they storm out there, and Nick Aldis shoved Drew McIntyre, and Drew shoved him back even harder, and Aldis got in his face, and a finger was pointed right at Drew McIntyre. I don't know what was said. Obviously, he doesn't work here. Aldis doesn't have to worry about him normally because this is not his show. Aldis yelled at Drew. Other producers and staff checked on Punk. They had a gurney laying right there. They lifted Punk on the gurney. We go to commercial break. We come back. Punk is being lifted onto the gurney. They roll him out. They load him into an ambulance. And Corey Graves says that they'd have updates on their various WWE social media platforms in regards to CM Punk's update as he will be spending the night at a medical facility. This was fucking great. This was great. Drew McIntyre now has gone from crazy online troll, obsessed with Punk in a humorous type of way, to now he is the Scottish psychopath who's obsessed with fucking killing this guy because he's taken it way too far. You fucked me out of the World Championship at WrestleMania after I had won it. You're the reason why I had Damian Priest cash in on me. 5-minute title reign. I get my title match in my home country, and you screw me out of it there by putting on a referee shirt and fucking the system. Now McIntyre's out for blood. And this is going to be fantastic. They haven't stepped foot in the single fucking ring yet. And this is already the hottest feud in the entire company. This is story. You don't have to do a lot. You don't. Simple storytelling. Something that happened at the Royal Rumble this year from a DDT gone wrong has given us the best feud in the entire company. It may be the best feud in all of pro wrestling right now. I'd go as far as to say it's the best feud in all of pro wrestling. And in the absence, they have given us great television. They have not thrown a single fucking punch after a bell is rung yet. They had that great promo WrestleMania build. Wasn't even building to a match between them. They had that great build. Remember that three-way promo that we got that was just off the fucking chains? Then we get Punk and whatever he's saying back to Drew and Drew saying back to Punk. They were on shows together, throwing jabs at each other. Punk went away for a little bit to kind of create the illusion that out of sight, out of mind type of mood. McIntyre gets his championship match. Punk shows up in Scotland. Punk shows up in Chicago, happy about what he did. Karma's a bitch. Karma is a bitch. And that karma came around full circle, right back to CM Punk. Just great storytelling. Absolutely great storytelling. Everybody is anticipating SummerSlam. I went over this several times already. SummerSlam's the first match. This is now personal. This is going to be an unbelievable feud. Match 1, SummerSlam. Match 2, whatever the September pay-per-view is. Match 3, or maybe Bash in Berlin. We don't fucking know. Maybe we get match 2 at Bash at Berlin. That may be the next pay-per-view, and there may not be something in September. Bash in Berlin. SummerSlam into Bash at Berlin, and then into October, where WWE is rumored to be bringing back Bad Blood. Imagine that. Remember what happened 27 years ago at the first Bad Blood? Hell in a Cell. That would be something. Now, WWE building to a match worthy of being inside Hell in a Cell. We're in for an old-timer, folks. Get ready. It's going to be fucking phenomenal. And it all starts at SummerSlam. And the build up until we get this match officially happening has been fucking fantastic. This is what we all want. Story, emotion, characters. You see the fucking character build of both Punk and Drew McIntyre in this feud. They're both better off for it. They're coming together with a personal fucking reason. The match is personal now. More personal, the more invested we are. More investment out of the fans. If there's no emotional attachment, why is anybody going to care? That's the recipe. That's the recipe for success. How many things in AEW have an emotional attachment to it? Not many. It is very difficult to find anything with that sort of emotion in AEW. And it's not something you can build in 2 weeks via a great face-to-face promo. It's not something that you could just manufacture. Hey, man, I missed this for the last 6 weeks. Let's throw these guys in the ring and get them into a face-to-face. It's great. That doesn't mean that there's real emotion attached to that. I need to see something building over weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of television. Now, this doesn't happen often in WWE. They pick and choose their battles. They do what they want with who they want. They're not going to drag this story out with just anybody. Not everybody's going to make it work. They're just fortunate that they had all the time in the world. CM Punk is back. Drew McIntyre is back. They're fortunate that they have the level of talent that they do to tell this type of story in the manner that they have. Punk has been out with injury. There's not much he can do, but he could still talk. McIntyre was out for a little bit. He can still talk. He could still operate. This is unbelievable stuff. And we don't know. We don't know who's going to walk out of this as the winner. It's fucking great. Love it. Tama Tonga, Carmelo Hayes, and Randy Orton. Men's Money in the Bank ladder match qualifier. Everybody looked at this on paper and said, well, Randy Orton is going to Money in the Bank. No, he's not. Not if you watch my Clash at the Castle post show. I told you exactly what Randy Orton's going to be doing at Money in the Bank. Adam Casper is the MVP fucking P of the venue tonight, man, with another $100 super chat. Right now, WWE matches and storyline have the emotional attachment, and unfortunately, AEW is ice cold. Adam, you are 100% correct, brother. They are ice cold. Ice. Whatever the weather is in the Northeast this week, AEW is the opposite. Thank you, Adam, for your generosity and your $100 super chat on top of the other two that you've had tonight. Unbelievable. Adam Casper, man. Unbelievable. Love Adam. Get those super chats in. They are open. And we will hang out at the end of the show. Carmelo Hayes advances to the Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. I'm actually surprised by this. I really am. The reason I say that is not because I'm surprised Carmelo won. I'm surprised at who he pinned to win this match. Goes to show you that WWE is very high on Carmelo Hayes. Now, I haven't gotten the feeling of Carmelo being a top priority for WWE right out of the gate since he got called up from NXT. I think they've kind of missed the boat with his booking as of late. But I'm not going to shit on them because you know exactly that WWE has major plans in store for Carmelo. It's going to be a slow burn. They're not going to push these guys to the top immediately. He's doing his thing on Friday night. Braun Breaker's doing his thing on Monday. They are both in good hands. This is not the old administration where they call up somebody that looks and sounds like Carmelo Hayes and buries them 3 weeks in. Not going to happen here. I think this administration can be trusted with the NXT talent that they call up. Not everybody's going to succeed, but most of them that get called up will have a major play on the main roster. And Carmelo Hayes is going to be one of those guys. Now, Randy Orton, Solo Sikoa told Paul Heyman one specific thing earlier in the evening. I need you to go tell the Tongans that Randy Orton and Kevin Owens cannot qualify for Money in the Bank. That's exactly what happened here. The Tongans interfered, and they cost Randy Orton a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Hayes did not get an entrance. He was already in the ring. He did not get a televised ring entrance with his theme music. Tama Tonga got a little bit of a ring entrance. Randy Orton got a full televised ring entrance. So Orton stared down Tonga as the bell rung. Obviously, the Bloodline. And the heels attacked Orton at the start of the match. So Carmelo and Tonga teamed up. Tonga shoved Hayes so he could stomp Orton, and that led to both of them arguing. Action goes to the outside. Orton set up for a back suplex on Tonga. Hayes put a stop to that. Tonga returned the favor for Hayes, and Tonga and Hayes took turns attacking Randy Orton until Randy Orton hit his signature back suplex, first on Tama Tonga and the second on Carmelo Hayes. Outside on the commentary table, signature Randy Orton. We go to a commercial break. So Carmelo Hayes and Tonga, after the break, they're in the ring. They're going back to back. Tonga momentarily got the better of Hayes. Hayes planted Tonga and got a 2 count. Tama Tonga came back with a backbreaker. Orton all of a sudden reappears in the match, broke up Tama Tonga's pin attempt. Orton then hit a snap power slam on Tama Tonga and a superplex on Mello off of the second rope. Tama Tonga broke up the pin attempt. He then applied a sleeper hold on Orton. Orton worked out of the sleeper hold. Tama Tonga hit a facebuster on Randy, but Hayes broke up the pin attempt. Hayes and Tonga then started to fight again. Orton got back into the fray and landed a stereo double draping DDT on Carmelo Hayes and Tama Tonga at the same time. So it looked like Randy Orton was going to advance. He gets on the ground. He does his Viper shit. He signals for the RKO. Tonga Loa runs into the ring, or ran out rather. Ran down the aisle to distract Randy Orton. So, as a result of this, Kevin Owens comes out. He puts a stop to that, and he's distracted like a dummy. From behind, Carmelo Hayes rolls up Randy Orton and gets the flash pin. 1, 2, 3. And Carmelo Hayes pins Randy Orton to advance to the Money in the Bank ladder match. Surprised. Not surprised Carmelo won, but I'm surprised that he actually pinned Randy Orton. But again, we were set up for this. Solo Sikoa told the Tongans, Randy Orton must not qualify for Money in the Bank. Now, Tama Tonga was in the match. Tanga Loa is out there. He's the only one that could put a stop to it, really. I mean, there's no DQ. I don't know why he didn't get into the ring. If he really wanted to put a stop to it, he should have gotten to the fucking ring and they just should have both blasted him. Honestly. Kevin Owens tried to stop it and be a good friend, but Randy Orton was a little too distracted by what was going on the outside that he had his back turned and Carmelo Hayes took advantage of it. 1, 2, 3. Carmelo is advancing. The young kid gets a great spot in Toronto at Money in the Bank, and it's going to be exactly what it needs to be. He's going to shine in a match that he is tailor-made for. Plus, I don't think Randy Orton should be working ladder matches at this stage of his career after having extensive back surgery. That's just me. We've seen Randy do the ladder match time and time and time again. We've been there, done that with Randy and Money in the Bank. Oh, but JD, why is Randy losing in a qualifying match, man? Because Randy Orton's going to factor into something far greater than Money in the Bank. He's going to be mixing it up with the Bloodline at Money in the Bank, teaming alongside Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes against the Bloodline. Said this at the Clash at the Castle post-show. Cody Rhodes got rid of AJ Styles. Solo Sikoa came out and asserted his dominance then. Cody and Solo brawled in Scotland. This leads us to now. Cody, Randy, and KO will battle Solo and the Tongans at Money in the Bank. Cody doesn't need to defend the championship in a nothing match with no story. He doesn't need to get into a championship match for the sake of having a championship match. This fits the story. At least he will be there and is in a major story. He doesn't need to defend the championship every fucking show. As long as his presence and his inclusion matters to the overall story. That's where we're going. And I say Kevin Owens because Kevin Owens did not qualify for his Money in the Bank either. Carmelo Hayes was the right guy. just by process of elimination. Carmelo Hayes was the right guy. LA Knight. He wants Logan Paul and the United States Championship. LA Knight. The rumor is that LA Knight and Logan Paul will battle it out for the United States Championship at SummerSlam. How do we get there? How are we going to take this feud and this tension between LA Knight and Logan Paul and get it to SummerSlam? WWE found a way, and I like where they're going with this. Now, LA Knight's out there, and obviously he wanted Logan Paul to come on out, and immediately he did not come out. So he made his entrance, he got a big pop. He told Logan Paul to get to the ring and bring his United States Championship title with him. He said Logan has no-showed Chicago because he was not out there. He says he can't run next week because it's him, Logan Paul, and Santos Escobar in a Money in the Bank qualifier. He said he'll beat him next week. It's not really what he wanted, but he'll take it. And then he'll win Money in the Bank and then beat him again. So LA Knight, he has insinuated, and this is not the only time we've heard this. LA Knight has insinuated that he will win Money in the Bank and then cash in on Logan Paul to become the new United States champion. Now, unless WWE changed the rules, I don't know why anybody would do that. Did WWE just magically, without us knowing, change the rules to the Money in the Bank? Instead of getting a title opportunity anytime you want over the next 12 months, is it any title that you want over the next 12 months and not just the World Championships? I don't know. Maybe that's how we get it. I don't want to sit here and tell you that I would prefer that. We don't need that to happen. I think that's a waste of the Money in the Bank. Salamonster and I talked about this as well on Tuesday with Chad Gable. Maybe Chad Gable gets into the Money in the Bank. Maybe Chad Gable wins Money in the Bank. Maybe Chad Gable cashes in the Money in the Bank briefcase on the Intercontinental title, being that Sami Zayn said, enough is enough. You're not getting any more opportunities at me. Did WWE change the rules? I don't know. Yes, we did get Theory cashing in for the United States Championship, but a lot of people shit on that decision. A lot of people did not like the creative direction for that. That was a little ridiculous. Honestly, that was only done to get the title off of Austin Theory because it was nothing more than a fucking anchor holding him down. That's the only reason why they did that. They had to bite the bullet on that one, and they had to fucking swallow that one as a huge mistake because that was a Vince McMahon move to even give him the briefcase. They had no plans to do anything with him at the top. And that needed to be changed. But did WWE somehow change the rules here? It's going to be interesting, man. Maybe it's time we start thinking about any title. The Money in the Bank could be global. The Money in the Bank could be universal. I want an Intercontinental Championship. I'm cashing in on that title. Maybe it's time we change the rules because WWE, the way that we're going right now, you got to look into the future. Cody, right now, is the world champion. He ain't losing shit. WWE's not taking that title off of him until at least WrestleMania. Maybe, depending on who he wrestles there. Rumor is he's wrestling The Rock. I don't see him dropping the title to Dwayne. Cody's going to be the champion for a full year. Then on the other side, you got to think about what's happening at SummerSlam. Gunther's going to be your world champion. Gunther ain't losing that title anytime soon. You thought his IC title run was long. Wait till Triple H gets a fucking world title on him. So maybe WWE changed the rules and we don't know about it. Because if they did, it certainly opens them up to be a little bit more free creatively. It's not such a bad idea when you actually put it into words. WWE's not beating their current champions and the champions soon to be. So no matter who wins, Braun Breaker, LA Knight, Chad Gable, Carmelo, these guys are not world champions immediately in the next 12 months. They're not. So did WWE open the pool to more championships being in consideration for the Money in the Bank cash-in? One has to wonder. One has to wonder. So we're getting that triple threat match next week. Logan, Santos, and LA Knight. Because he'll beat him next week and he'll win Money in the Bank and then beat him again. Santos Escobar interrupted, walked out. LA Knight said, well, I didn't ask for him. I didn't ask for you. I asked for Logan. Escobar says, listen, I don't need an invitation. Said LA Knight must be delusional. You're chasing Logan Paul like a desperate Chicago fanboy. It's embarrassing. He said next week he'll be dealing with him in the ring, so it would be wise to remember that. LA Knight sarcastically said, he's clearly a fan favorite. Nobody gave a shit about Santos Escobar here. He said every time he's had to beat him, he has, so I'm looking past you and looking at LA Knight. Escobar attacked LA Knight. LA Knight came back and gave him a BFT. All of a sudden, Logan Paul jumped LA Knight from behind. He was in attendance tonight. And then Logan saddled up. He launched a right hand with that loaded fist. And he punched LA Knight right in the face with his titanium reinforced right hand, right to the jaw. Knocked him out. Logan yelled at LA Knight, who was knocked out on the mat. Again, everything made sense here. I like the fact that WWE is not immediately going to an LA Knight and Logan Paul match 1 at Money in the Bank. Now, one of these men are going to qualify. I don't see Logan Paul not at Money in the Bank. I don't see that happening. I think Logan Paul wins next week's match, which would give LA Knight and his fan base reason to complain. But like I said, I think LA Knight and everybody else that ends up losing is going to get a last chance qualifier. That's what I think is going to happen. Now, again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. We don't know. Maybe we don't get a last chance qualifier. But LA Knight and Logan Paul are in the Money in the Bank qualifying match together. I like the fact that they are including them in this together to give us a taste, to give us a tease, not give us a full-fledged match with a fuck finish, which leads to a second match. All we need is one and done. That's all we need. And I think WWE playing this card is a lot better than getting 2 matches out of this. Everybody was wondering, how are they going to get this to SummerSlam? Clearly, this is the way. They're going to be in the Money in the Bank qualifier together. One of them is going to advance. The other is not. Someone will probably show up and screw the other out of the Money in the Bank ladder match. And then, boom, SummerSlam on the horizon. It's a very simple concept. It's a very simple concept. That's it. That is if they don't do the last chance qualifier, which I don't think they're doing. I keep saying last chance. I don't think that they're doing it. But they've done it in years prior. But that's the way we are going here, and that's the way we're going to get Logan Paul and LA Knight through Money in the Bank and on to SummerSlam for the United States Championship. One of them will qualify. Logan Paul, I think, is going to be in the ladder match. LA Knight is going to be the recipient of the United States Championship. He's going to win the United States title at SummerSlam when he does wrestle Logan Paul. So I could see Logan in that match for Money in the Bank. LA Knight's in Toronto. He ruins Logan Paul's chances because there's no DQ. Boom, boom, boom. We get a championship match coming out of Money in the Bank. It's very simple. Very, very simple. Santos will be there for the pin, yes. Or maybe something happens where Logan pins LA Knight. Some fuckery happens. Maybe one of his entourage is there. Maybe he cheats with the loaded right hand. Maybe we see the brass knuckles. We don't know. But yeah, Santos Escobar more than likely is there to eat the pinfall. Kevin Owens, Andrade, and Grayson Waller Men's Money in the Bank qualifier. This was very good. This was probably the best match of the entire night. Andrade advances to Money in the Bank, and he's in the ladder match. Good for him. Good for him. Finally, something that he could sink his teeth into. Andrade has not had a good run since coming back to the WWE. This is very well known to everybody. He's had nothing to do. Triple H, for all the good that he does, he's dropped the ball tremendously on Andrade. And I don't really understand why. I don't understand how difficult it is for either company to book one of the best in-ring workers that they got. He's in the Money in the Bank. He's going to be a great addition to that match. He's been in a match like that before. We know he's going to bring it. Will he win it? No. He's not going to win Money in the Bank. But I'm glad that he's there. Owens' knee was the story that added a little bit of drama to this, a little bit of unpredictability. And obviously, you had the Bloodline looming because they will not allow Kevin Owens to advance to Money in the Bank. So during his entrance, Owens was attacked by the Bloodline. Randy came out and helped. He ran out there with a chair. He ran the Bloodline off. Owens' knee was messed up before the match happened, so he limped to the ring. He yelled at Jessica Carr, the referee, to ring the bell. Fight, Owens, fight. He's in there hurting. Early in the match, Andrade hit Waller with a spinning elbow, got a nice near fall. Action goes to the outside where Owens hit a swanton. All three fighting on the apron. Andrade hits a sunset flip over the top into a power bomb on Grayson Waller out to the floor. Looked like it sucked. Show comes back. All three are battling inside the ring now. Waller had control until Andrade sent him into the turnbuckle. Andrade had a little bit of time to shine here. Owens got to his feet, and they brawled. Waller returned, took out both guys. He tried to steal a pin. Waller yelled A-Town down for his tag team champion partner. Lifted Owens. Owens worked out of it. Waller took Owens out by kicking and taking out his knee, which was the focus of the Bloodline attack earlier in the match. Andrade chopped the hell out of Grayson. They're battling on the second rope. Owens popped up and slammed both guys in the Tower of Doom suplex spot. Owens went to the top. On the bad knee, he landed a swanton on Andrade, and he got a near fall. Owens ultimately hits a stunner on Andrade, and he went for the pin. But Waller broke it up. Waller kicked Owens' knee. He went for his rolling finish. And that was on Andrade, but Andrade caught him mid-roll. This was beautiful. He goes to the outside. He rolls into the ring to do his flatliner finish. Andrade caught him and hit his swinging neckbreaker finish, which he calls the message. 1, 2, 3, and Andrade advances to Money in the Bank. Very good stuff. Best match of the entire night. Loved it. Michin. She was backstage, and Tiffany Stratton walked in. Stratton tried to hit Michin. Michin blocked, and she punched Stratton. Nia Jax showed up, and she shoves Michin into a locker, and she saves Tiffany Stratton from a brawl with Michin before her Money in the Bank qualifier next week. A lot of people are wondering why Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax have this budding camaraderie so far. Like, where is this going? Maybe they go after the tag team titles. I have no idea. It's a very odd pairing, if you ask me. It's like Beauty and the Beast. But with Tiffany Stratton, the odds-on favorite to win Money in the Bank, I could absolutely see at the same time Nia Jax winning the Women's Championship from Bayley at SummerSlam. I could see this becoming a little bit of I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine type of deal. But Nia Jax letting her guard down, trusting the Barbie girl in Tiffany Stratton. Little does she know that she's got Money in the Bank, and If she wins the championship, the cash-in is inevitable. What if Nia Jax beats Bayley at SummerSlam only to be cashed in on by Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam? Could happen. I think WWE is setting Tiffany Stratton up to go one-on-one with Charlotte Flair, potentially at WrestleMania. That's what I think we're setting up for. That's where I think we're going. Just a hunch. I hope that's not the case, but we'll see. What I do hope is the case that WWE brings Charlotte back to television and doesn't immediately make her the champion, because if that match does happen at WrestleMania, then you know who needs to win. And it's not Charlotte Flair. But I could absolutely see that being the direction going into WrestleMania. Moving on. Backstage, Kayla said Punk was brutally attacked by Drew McIntyre. She said Drew told him that he'll be at Raw on Monday. So he told Punk that he'll be at Raw. I thought he quit. I guess not. She said they aren't sure how this will affect Punk's timetable to be medically cleared, but he'll be spending the night in a hospital for observation. She said hospital. Punk clearly needs a little bit extra time to get cleared, so that's why they did this. And for all the people that tried to argue with me on social media after Clash of the Castle when I said CM Punk screwing Drew McIntyre was the plan, was always the plan, was the right plan, when are you guys going to start listening to me a little bit more? And when I say something, really take it and use it to your best of your abilities. Now you know why Drew McIntyre was screwed out of the title match at Clash of the Castle. This. Would it have made sense if McIntyre won the World Heavyweight Championship from Damian Priest in Scotland? No. Exhibit A. I was right. Everybody arguing with me was wrong. And now you see why Drew McIntyre lost to Damian Priest. It's not that difficult to figure out and see where they're going. All you have to do is watch. Ridiculous. And yes, Kayla said hospital and not medical facility. Times have changed. Backstage, Paul Heyman told Solo, listen to me. You're breaking commandments here. Right before he goes out there to wrestle Cody Rhodes one-on-one. He said Roman told him, as he got on his jet after WrestleMania, that Punk is off limits because Punk is very personal to me. He said Cody isn't someone he's supposed to handle. You were supposed to just keep him in check until Roman Reigns got back. At that point, Solo interrupted Paul Heyman and said, Wise man, I hate to be the one to tell you because I love you. But Roman, he's not coming back. Paul Heyman backed away, put his hand over his mouth. His eyes were getting watery with some salty discharge. Heyman's jaw dropped. Solo turned to leave and head to the ring. Heyman then said, how could that be? Solo told him Roman is not coming back. Little did we know. We didn't know what the fuck he meant by that. Corey Graves even asked, what does that mean? What does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. Solo and Cody Rhodes, bell rings. This match goes to a no contest. Or Cody wins by disqualification. Whichever you want to go with. Cody made his entrance. And I said, while I was sitting on my couch, this just screamed show closing angle. I knew we weren't getting a match here. Just by the time this match started and the bell actually rung, Corey Graves was like, Fox has given us clearance to stick with this match until its conclusion. What are we, Tony Khan now? Asking the TV providers for a fucking 6-minute overrun? We ain't getting no fucking overrun. This show's going off the air 3 minutes to the top of the hour like it usually does every fucking week, 9:57. Bell rang, and quickly, this was the stage for a 3-on-1 attack. Tama Tonga and Tanga Loa ran out there. They attacked Cody immediately. Cody got a little bit of offense on Solo. Suicide dive on him, ran him into the steel steps. He set up for Crossroads, and then as soon as we got the Crossroads tease, Bloodline was out there like a pack of savage animals. Randy Orton's music hit. He ran down with Kevin Owens, limping, still selling the knee injury. Love KO. They all brawled. It was the babyfaces 3 and the heels 3. Little tease about what your Money in the Bank main event will be. So they all brawled. The babyfaces got the upper hand, and Solo was left in the ring all by himself with Randy, KO, and Cody looking him in the eye, and he was dead to rights. Solo was begging with his hands up. Please, no, no. He had nowhere to go. All of a sudden, he starts smiling. He starts smiling, and all of a sudden, we see the crowd kind of erupt in this roar. Somebody was jumping the barricade at this time. This individual gets into the ring, and we got Jacob Fatu. He shows up in the ring and gave Owens a Samoan drop on the ring steps. He also speared Randy Orton through the ringside barricade. Cody tried fighting Fatu, but that led to Fatu slamming Cody on the ring apron. Jacob Fatu then put Cody on the commentary table, and he climbed the top rope and did a Uso splash from the top rope all the way through the commentary table on his first night, destroying the WWE champion. Chant of holy shit broke out. Solo Sikoa hugged Fatu, and both guys raised their fingers. Tanga Loa and Tama Tonga returned to the ring. They did the same, and the 4 Bloodline members posed with their fingers in the air to end the show. WWE recently trademarked Caesar Sikoa. That's what they trademarked for Solo. Now, I don't know what that means or what that is going to entail. I mean, I don't know who wants to be Caesar. Caesar doesn't really end up in a good way in the story that was told about Julius Caesar. But Jacob Fatu is with the WWE, and he looks incredible. He looks fucking phenomenal. A slimmed down, even more menacing, even more brutal and violent Samoan werewolf has debuted with the WWE. And none of you are ready for what is to come here. This is fucking great. We didn't know how he was going to debut. We didn't know in which manner he was going to debut. It was a random crapshoot of podcasters and analysts and journalists. He's going to fit with the Bloodline. He's going to be with Roman. Start him off in NXT. WWE made the right move to finally debut him. WWE, the fear with them was if they put him alongside Solo in the new Bloodline, he is automatically going to take center stage. He's going to be the guy. He's going to be spotlighted. He's going to steal all that spotlight away from Solo Sikoa. That very well could still happen. And I fully expect it to happen because, again, you guys don't know what the fuck you're in for. He is as brutal as they come. This guy is 200 and something pounds, 260, 270 pounds, and he moves around like a fucking cruiserweight. He moves around like a fucking Dragon Lee in the ring. Wait till you see what this guy could do. What his role is going to be alongside Solo, I don't know. But the rumor was Solo was going to have his spotlight taken away because that's how great Jacob Fatu is. So I said, well, why don't we come to a creative decision and put him with the babyface Bloodline? The OG Bloodline that Roman's going to get back together. It'll be Roman and Jacob Fatu and Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso against Solo, Tama Tonga, Tanga Loa, and they just They're going to go out there and get Hikuleo. They just trademarked 2 names for Hikuleo coming over from New Japan. Tola Tonga. The new Bloodline versus the OG Bloodline with Jacob Fatu and Roman leading the charge there. I don't know where the fuck we're going now. By the time Roman gets back, this Bloodline's going to be fucking... This is going to be their show. It is already their show. Roman's going to get Jay back. Roman's going to get Jimmy back. Are we going to see Cody fight alongside Roman? Is that what we're building up to? Are we going to see Cody Rhodes fighting alongside Roman Reigns? It's a very interesting aspect there. Once rivals for 2 years. The guy who ended the reign is now teaming up to save WWE from this rebel bloodline. I still think The Rock is in charge of all this. I still think The Rock is pulling the strings here. Come to find out when Roman gets involved, that when the bloodline is staring him in the face, Rock is going to be the one pulling the strings. Don't know where we're going with any of this, but Jacob Fatu back on television for WWE for the first time ever. He worked House of Glory. He worked MLW. He worked Independence. Back on television with a nationally televised promotion for the first time ever. Unbelievable. It's going to be fucking great. He's going to be in the ring with Cody. He's going to be in the ring with Roman. I mean, the things that you are about to see from this guy, man. You talk about fucking bangers. Said it a couple of times already, man. You guys are not ready for what is to come. It is going to be something. SmackDown cooked in all sorts of ways tonight, man. This was the best SmackDown of the entire year. Triple H went in there and said, all right, you guys want to fuck around? You guys want to claim that we're in this post-WrestleMania summer lull? I'll show you fucking guys, man. He went in there and he cooked something up on Monday, and on Friday, this was the best week of WWE television all year. Tremendous SmackDown. Tremendous SmackDown. It's going to be great. Looking forward to Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank is going to lead to what is going to be an all-time SummerSlam. An all-timer. But I do think still that The Rock is pulling the strings. I do think The Rock is the higher power here that's created this new bloodline in his image because of what happened at WrestleMania. And Cody will be involved because The Rock will be involved. And that is what is going to be your WrestleMania main event next year. One of them, at least. SmackDown was great. Thank you guys very much for all your support. We're going to get into your super chats in just a bit. Make sure you guys follow me on social media. At JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up as well. We got 1,000 likes. Can we try for 1,500 likes? We're looking at almost 1,200 right now. If you guys are in the chat and have not hit the thumbs up, I would really appreciate it if you do. If you're new around here, first time watching the stream, first time visiting, I thank you. Super chats are open. Continue to get them on in. And go check out all the other videos on the channel there. There's plenty of it, with more coming tomorrow. Start at the top, man. We got Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. Good Friday, JD. How's Destiny? It's a grind, brother. It's a big grind. Michelle Moran with a $5 super chat. That beatdown was savage. What a visual of Drew carrying Punk and Punk getting stretchered out. And then Drew took Punk's bracelet as a trophy. Yes. Absolutely. The Cake. Thank you for re-upping your membership, brother. AJ Williams with a $4.99. What's up, JD? Damn, what a show. Jacob Fatu is a fucking savage tonight. Tonight was the best SmackDown of the year easily. This summer will be lit for WWE. At least one of the promotions is going to be lit this summer. Thank you, AJ. Armando with 15 months. Do you think this will be the best feud for CM Punk in his return? Him and Drew are killing it. By the way, AEW letting go of Punk, big mistake. Big mistake ever by Tony, yes. I do think that this will probably be the best feud that he has, because I think they turned it into something really personal now, and those types of feuds are always the best. Realist in the room, how you doing with a 199? Let's fucking go. The beast has finally arrived. Yes. And shout out to my guy, Triple M. He guided me to get a new exotic class item yesterday. And he told me that him and I did it in 18 minutes quicker than Jesse did it with him. Jesse's a mid-guardian. That's all I have to say. I'm not that great either, but there are levels to this shit, man. Michelle with a $5 super chat. Damn, so that is Jacob Fatu. And they destroyed KO, Orton, and Cody. If Hikuleo joins Solo too, then who do you see siding with Roman and the Usos? I don't know. I don't know where Hikuleo is going to fit into this thing. I really don't. I thought Jacob Fatu would be safe for Roman's side and that they would pair Hikuleo with Solo. Maybe we get Hikuleo still joining Solo and making it 5, and Roman's going to need 5. Roman, Cody, the Usos, and Sami Zayn. Or if not Cody, Roman, the Usos, KO, and Sami. Could be. Triple M with a $5 super chat. There he is. Hope you got a good class item. I haven't been able to farm because of Elden Ring. Mesmer is no joke, fam. If you ever want to duel Destiny again, let me know. Thanks, brother. I was farming some chests on the game today in the Pale Heart. I got 2 class items, nothing good. I was looking at some strategies on some chests and the best route to take. Did that for about a half an hour today. I got 2 class items. Nothing good, man. It's going to be a while before I get anything good. Wrestling Russ with a new membership. Wrestling Russ, thank you, brother. Thank you for joining the OTS family. Michael Evans with 24 months. 2 years of VIP. SmackDown was incredible. Great matches. Hot Chi-Town crowd. Punk murdered by Drew. Jacob Fatu. Holy shit. LFG. Nisha, 1994. Well, the $4.99. Best SmackDown of the year so far. Raw, NXT, and SmackDown all cooked this week. Feel bad for AEW this week. Keep killing it, JD. Love your show. Nisha, thank you so very much. Douglas, I am a Hunter main. Realist in the room. How you doing with the $1.99? I'm here to see Fatu dog walk Cody. Are we getting Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam? I don't know, man. Dom Wapo with a $4.99. What a great fucking show. Was not expecting Fatu to debut. What a debut it was. And he looks in great shape. Can't wait to see him in the ring. I never thought that we'd see Jacob Fatu in a WWE ring. I never thought we'd see it. William Sanchez with a $9.99. Call me crazy, but Punk getting injured was a blessing in disguise. WrestleMania would have turned out way different, and we definitely would not have gotten this feud of the year right now with Drew. No. Maybe the greatest pivot that WWE's done in the last few years, man. Mr. Team Bringer with a $4.99. Drinking some of The Rock's Terramana tequila. Not bad at all, but not the greatest either. What a SmackDown. Enjoy your day, brother. Thank you, team. Bring it. Rob Maletta with a $10 super chat. Hey, JD, it was a great SmackDown. Side note, you see Punk show the hard cam side and say, that's a lot of people. A little shot at AEW. Keep up the great work. AEW's in some fucking trouble, man. There's one thing I can't stand. It's the apologists and the elitists and the shills that continue to make excuse after excuse after excuse about why they're struggling. Oh, give it time. Oh, it's this. There was this on, and there was no lead-in from Big Bang Theory and, you know, whatever rap concert was going on. Or it's the summer solstice. Oh, it's Juneteenth. No, it has nothing to do with the fucking piss-poor show that they continue to put on week in and week out. Wednesday was a great show. But when the great shows happen after so many inconsistent shows, nobody's going to be watching that one great show when it actually happens. It's like a tree falling in a forest and nobody's fucking there. Did you hear it? No. It's been 5 fucking years. Stop making excuses. Hidden Network. Thank you, brother. What the fuck is Triple H and WWE drinking? This week, I thought Raw was great, but SmackDown tonight was the best show. Listen, man, you want to think that? I'm not going to argue with you. Tonight was a very, very good show. Keith Tunstall with the 10 months. Jacob wasn't even on TV for 5 minutes, and he outshined all 3 of the Bloodline members tonight. My God, yeah. Yeah. Paul Heyman called them all criminals. Man, he lived up to that fucking savage moniker for sure, man. Versified with a $5 super chat. What will it take for you to do a live stream without a hat on or wear a hat of an MLB team you really, really hate? Keep doing what you're doing, brother. Cheers. I don't know what it'll take, bro. Why do we need me to wear another hat? I've already made a bet with my girl Destiny FOMO. If the Yankees and Braves make it to the World Series and the Braves lose, I have to wear a Yankee hat. Oh no, what was it? I'm buying her the Yankee title belt, and she's got to buy me the Braves title belt. I don't even think we're going to get that far, to be quite honest with you. I don't even think the Braves make it past the first round. Again. Bobby Means with a new membership. Thank you, Bobby. Phil Batway with a $4.99. Jacob Fatu is next level. Loving this crazy version of the Bloodline 2.0. Do we get Hikuleo to join Roman instead of Sammy joining them? I don't know. I don't know. Keeping us on our toes, man. The Joker's voice with a $10 super chat. Hail JD and OTS. Holy shit. Bloodline just seriously leveled up. Punk got punked. What a show. SmackDown gets that much needed shot. Speaking of shots, tossing back Jameson, the best in the IWC, period. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you very much, man. Aren't the Yankees the best team in baseball, record-wise? Killer Swag with 22 months. Can't wait to go to SummerSlam this year in my hometown. Shaping up to be a very memorable SummerSlam, indeed. If WWE plays their cards right, man, this could rival the 2002 SummerSlam, which is the greatest SummerSlam of all time. Mr. Team Bringer with a $4.99. The fact that Jim Cornette says he would manage Jacob Fatu should speak for itself. Cornette's a smart guy. I think Cornette's got a good eye for talent. The Yankees have been falling off. 51-21 is their record, man. How are they falling off? They're 30 games over 500. Will Federico with a $1.99. Hey, what's up, JD? What's up, Will? Garrison with a $5 super chat. How would you feel? How would you feel about Cody joining Roman and the Usos versus the new Bloodline? We could see that, bro. I think at the end, sticking with my prediction, I think The Rock is a part of this. And I think The Rock, with his involvement, is going to bring Cody to get involved. Nelson Santiago with a $20 super chat. Great show tonight, JD. You are the man. I'm an MJF fan, but he needs to tone it down. The act is getting tiring, and it's because of the lack of storytelling. He's basically Austin Theory with better mic skills. Theory is good. Nelson, thank you so much, brother, for the $20 super chats. I don't believe you just compared MJF and Austin Theory. They are not the same, nowhere even close to being the same. Both great athletes and both great wrestlers, but there's only one MJF, man. There's nobody in AEW that's doing what MJF is doing. Chris Leon with a 24 months. What a good week this was. Indeed, brother. Thank you for the 24 months. 2 years being an OTS VIP. Metalhead forever with 30 months. With Jacob Fatu being on the heel Bloodline, who's going to be the babyface Bloodline besides Roman and the Usos? Who's going to be the fourth person? Listen, bro, we don't even know if this Bloodline 2.0 is finished forming yet. We don't even know if this is their final form yet. Hikuleo is the brother of the Tongans, so I could see him coming on in and making a 5-man group over there. Who does Roman get for his side? I don't know. Not today, Jay with 21 months. Happy 21 months, JD. When I saw Jacob tonight, I thought he would be like what I saw on YouTube. Matches a big 280-pound son of a bitch. That brother looks to be about 220. Whatever, man. 220, 230, 240. The guy's going to be doing shit that you shouldn't be seeing out of a guy like that. The Cake with a $2 super chat. Solo implied that Jacob Fatu put Roman on a shirt. Solo implied that Jacob Fatu put Roman on a shirt. Meaning that Jacob Fatu is the one that took out Roman Reigns, and that's because Solo Sikoa said to Paul Heyman that he's not coming back, and Jacob Fatu is the reason for that? I could see it. Phil with a $9.99. WWE did what they were scared to do. They had Jacob Fatu join Solo Saturn. I'm not saying it's a bad idea, but Jacob is going to outshine Solo. I would have had him with Roman. OTS for life. Phil, I don't know, man. I'm going to give this time to play out because Jacob Fatu is going to add whatever he needs to wherever side he's on. It's going to be fucking awesome. Jay Patterson with a $5 super chat. Is it me or did Tama Tonga and Tangaloa look nervous getting the ring with Solo and Jacob? If that was something you picked up, Patterson, it's because they are playing it up that he is a fucking absolutely menacing individual and is a savage. That's going to be his thing. Corey Graves had a fucking great night just letting everybody know how dangerous he is. Adam, thank you for your generosity tonight, brother. Amy Joseph with a $50 super chat. We are in the fourth inning, fellas. Roman's return is going to be huge. Triple H is absolutely cooking. Even with Punk being injured, they have built the biggest feud in wrestling, OTS for life, and let's get those custom sneakers going for a giveaway, bro. Who wants to design some OTS custom sneakers, man? Not Reebok. Not Reebok. We don't need Reebok. Lenny Brandenburg with a $4.99. Ever since AEW showed the backstage footage, it's been downhill from there, and the Bucks ruined this type of stuff with Punk because of ego. The Bucks seem to be really killing the business. Their whole storyline doesn't even have an end goal. What's the fucking end goal? What is the story? How could there be a story of them overtaking the company when Tony Khan's already back? Why is Tony Khan allowing them to do what they are doing on television? What are they doing exactly that's instilling fear in the company, that the company's being overthrown? How are they booking the show? Are they booking the show? Like, why would we think that they're booking the show when Tony Khan is the one making the matches? Tony Khan's still on social media making matches. Tony Khan's making MJF versus Hechicero at Forbidden Door. He's not there. They got to be Nike or Adidas. I like Nike better. I like a good Adidas too. I think Adidas fit me better. Though I have a couple nice pair of Nikes, you know. But I agree, Lenny. I agree totally with you, brother. M. James with a $10 super chat. WWE recently been promoting Jay with a Yeet in the Bank briefcase and poster art. There's no way WWE is passing up would be a lot of sales on the shop. Prepare for a cash-in on Gunther, guys. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Ali with a $4.99. What a show. Friday Night SmackDown was. Triple H was definitely cooking, and the debut of the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, was amazing. Thank you, Ali. Adam Casper with another $100 super chat. How did I miss this one, man? He says, JD, what match main events Money in the Bank? Bloodline versus Cody, Randy, and KO. Main events. DJ Daddy Jam Jam with a $1.99. No message. Thank you, DJ. Mr. Team, bring it with a $1.99. What was the moment in AEW that changed your mind? Honestly, I think what broke me was showing the footage. Because it absolutely played into nothing that they had on television. Zero. And don't tell me it was used to bring back Jack Perry. It was not. It was not used to bring back Jack Perry. AEW could have brought back Jack Perry in the same way without the footage being shown. Why is AEW in the shithole that they're in right now? Because they chose to side with the Young Bucks over a true star like CM Punk. And then their antics and their behavior and their shots and the footage, I mean, it turned a lot of people away. Zero Kaiba with 26 months. JD, I've been seeing AEW cultists trying to defend the 502,000 Dynamite rating by saying it doesn't matter because the cage match rating was high. Oh, yeah? Their virginity is also high. 502,000 virgins are making excuses. I'm sorry. Realist in the room, how you doing with a 199? Predictable long title runs gotta go. And where is Dijak? That's a very good question. Where is Dijak? I don't know. I don't know where Dijak is. He's on fucking Speed. WWE Speed. Tim Sim with a $9.99. This feud between McIntyre and Punk, as we have just seen tonight on SmackDown. Inject this in my veins. Yes. Tim Sim knows what's up. Alucard with a $1.99. Jacob just made the debut of the year, a beast. And Alucard with a $4.99. A Samoan werewolf has been spotted lurking around the woods. Please travel carefully or be mauled. Nick Falcon with a $1.99. Who's going to be in Roman's bloodline? That is the question on everybody's mind right now. The Bastard 97. 14 months to the GOAT. Also, Paul Heyman deserves an Oscar for his performances. Yes, absolutely. Paul Heyman has done a fantastic job of selling all that it is. That is this Bloodline story. Sue Childress with a $5 super chat. Great show, SmackDown and OTS. Nobody does it like you. Many people try to copy you. But JD, nobody will ever be like you because you are royalty. OTS for life. Thank you, Sue. Maddie C with a $4.99. Maddie, what's going on? I'm really looking forward to the Bloodline and the Wyatt 6 storylines. Hope you're doing well. You're always my favorite to watch. Maddie, thank you. We love having Maddie in the chat. Adam Casper with a $5 super chat. JD, will you make it to the Atlanta Braves and Yankees games the next 2 days? No. I am not wanting to sit in scoldering heat inside Yankee Stadium. No, thank you. Realist in the room, how you doing with a $1.99? I think Jeff is his Punk. I think Jeff is Punk's best feud. I don't think so. Punk's best feud is MJF. Kyle and M with a $1.99. Larry and AJ's names were on that bracelet. That would make sense. That would make sense. Prince Petey with the $2 super chat. That Jim Cornette reference from Punk was hilarious. Punk is a known listener to both of Cornette's podcasts. Hidden Network. By the way, this is peso money, JD, since you're asking from your previous streams. Sorry, it's $2.50 equivalent in the U.S. Hee hee. Thank you, Hidden Network, for the $125 in pesos. Thank you. Now I know for next time. Anthony Carroll with a $5 super chat. I'm new to you, so I need to ask. You're JD from New York. Why are you a Braves fan and not a Mets or Yankees fan? Anthony, because when I got started getting into baseball at the young age of, I don't know, how old was I? 7, 8 years old. First started collecting baseball cards. The first card of value that I had for myself, starting out as a young boy collecting cards, was a David Justice rookie card. And from there, the story took on a life of its own. I was very proud. I was very happy to be collecting cards. My father collected cards. David Justice was a great baseball player early in his day. And I got to know the team and the players, and the story writes itself, really. Brendan Watson with a $4.99. I saw a picture of the bracelet that CM Punk was wearing. It said AJ and Larry. Nice. Nice. It's personal. Chris with a $4.99. What's up, JD? Fantastic SmackDown tonight. Question for you and the chat. Oh, this is a question for us, guys. If you had the pen, when do you book Roman Reigns' return? Keep being you, brother. I have Roman come back at Money in the Bank. I think Roman comes back before SummerSlam. And Adam Casper. We are signing off with Adam Casper. I'm enjoying a White Claw more than Tony Khan. LOL with a $10 super chat. Tony needs to lay off the White Claws and get serious about fucking booking real stories on his show because nobody's fucking watching. Thank you guys very much for all your support, man. Great stream, great show, great SmackDown. We got a lot of things coming up, man. We are getting into some great stories happening on WWE television, man. Looking forward to it. Thank you guys for all your support, man. Thank you for the super chat love. Thank you for 1,300 likes. Thank you for 3,600 live tonight on a Friday night, man. When the show is good, you guys show up. here more than any other stream in the community, man. Why? Because we're the fucking best at what we do. Nobody brings the energy we do. Nobody brings the analysis like we do. Nobody is open and honest the way that we are. Nobody looks and sounds like us. People want to get into this podcast game. They want to fucking leech. They want to leech off of us and our audience, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's another show. But you know what? They all fucking fall flat on their face, because you know why? This shit ain't easy. And you need to be real, open, and honest to do this shit, man. Many people don't get that. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys go check out all the other content. We got some great content coming tomorrow, man. I may deep dive into this AEW Dynamite debacle with the fucking ratings. The worst ratings in the history of the show. May ruffle some fucking feathers tomorrow, man. Anyway, I'm about to hop on Destiny for the night. Thank you guys for all your support. And until tomorrow, I will see you guys right back here with more Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.
Let